saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Tackled immediately after the catch. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Waddle. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. And the Tigers will move the sticks.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough.
Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll return it. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
On second down, just keeps firing. Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. And they pick up the first down in what might be the last play here in the first quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. The Hilltoppers are moving quickly down the field. To the ground, he's got it again. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. David, given the fact that you are a devoted helmet head, I'm not sure that you're aware there are a lot of other festivities around the bowl game. Did you ever experience any of that?
Of course I'm a helmet head. Yeah, spot on. Agree with that. But here's the thing. We did a meat-eating contest at the Outback Bowl my senior year. Which squad could eat more steak from Outback? It was absolutely amazing. So I experienced that in all of its glory.
And the Hilltoppers in the hurry-up.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Looking to move it through the air. That ball came out a little late, and it was almost picked off. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The inside handoff. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Firing to the right, complete. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Line gets set, first down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. On second down, he'll let it fly. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Finds his man. It's Edelman. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. You want to talk about aggressive or nuts? This offense is staying on the field inside their own 30. On fourth down, going to the air. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down. Here comes the offense on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
On second down, he'll fire. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Snap from the gun on third down. Feeling some heat. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And here comes the field goal unit. And he's already made one. The holder will put it down at the 26 for a 36-yard try. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. A first down for the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Didn't make it any easier on themselves on first down. Now second and long from the 21. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's going to pass on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Waddle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. And the defense gets to the quarterback. The defense was in the dime package. They didn't have to send an extra rusher. The big fellas up front took care of that.
Yeah, and all dime means is I'm bringing an extra fast guy on the field and taking an extra fat guy off the field. But listen, the fat guys still get home. Isn't that beautiful? The big, athletic defensive line still does a great job getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. Offense getting set for first down. He'll start this drive firing. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
It's never easy on defense being in a sudden change situation like this. On the very first snap, they take a shot. You're backed up almost in your red zone. Great job forcing an incompletion now to catch your breath, get some momentum.
After missing the connection last time, it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this third and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
All right, they get the completion. Don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here. No matter where you are in the field, you can keep this drive going.
And this one splits the uprights.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on 4th basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on 4th down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
Looking for space. It's Edelman. At the 45 on his way. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense in their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Reese, a first half that gave us some riveting moments, not to mention the dramatic and the unexpected. In other words, a fabulous start to the Gator Bowl. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the Jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Gator Bowl.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Hilltoppers will kick it off to start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Trying to find his man on first down. And he intercepts it. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. On first down, here comes this offense. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Quickly complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Hilltoppers headed quickly to the line.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quickly out to the tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Makes his connection. Touchdown, WKU. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the...
Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The quarterback is sacked, and so it's a two-point conversion attempt. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Finds a man on the right. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. He's going to pass. Setting up the screen. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down, and much more really good execution by this offense. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. The aerial assault continues. Trying to escape and get it himself. At the 35, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Caught in the backfield, it's Edelman. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the offense. Caught behind the line. It's Ogden. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And here comes the offense on second down. The give to the back. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. Great shot at a field goal from here. You don't want to be reckless and take it off the board, but you got to go for the score. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Yeah, and the defensive line, you know, third and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on third down.
Absolutely perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Fielded in the end zone. It's Wade. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone, and you're stopped at the 8. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. He wants to throw. They cough it up. And that's going to be a safety. They prevented the touchdown by falling on it, but they'll give up the deuce.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense in a bunch formation. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. A third down try for the offense. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Takes it from the gun on third down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
He's going to run it. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? The offense lining up for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. Zings it complete to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the right. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. The Hilltoppers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Muscling ahead on third and short. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. Guys, LSU has the lead here. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And the Hilltoppers will snap it on first and 10. Use the play fake now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And the pass is intercepted. Got some room to run. The 40, at the 30. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Tigers. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play. He does it. He makes the big and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn it on the Jets, making the big play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on second down. He's looking to throw. Grabs it in the middle. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get 1st downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the 1st down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25. The Hilltoppers want to crank the tempo. Gets it out quickly. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. They want to throw it. They've got the screen set up. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Great job on defense. They did their film study. On 3rd down, they're trying to dial up the screen, see if they can get these pass rushers way up the field, but no can do. They get a tackle for loss on the play, now setting up 4th.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Edelman. He stopped quickly, but not before he has enough for the 1st down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. Did a nice job of it.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's moving out of the pocket. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
Fast motion from the offense. They'll throw it on first down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season, also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse, and field goals are not going to get it.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Hilltoppers come to the line in the hurry-up. On second down, they'll take to the air. Got the back over the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Right down the middle. Complete downfield. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
They'll throw it on first down. And they couldn't hold off the Heat, and he goes down with a sack. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. He's looking for an open man on second down. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. The throw, and that pass picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting a big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. If they can pick up a yard here on second down, that might put this one in the books. Touchdown, Tigers! And the pummeling has started. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find... And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? And the defense snatches it, and they reverse the field. Touchdown, LSU! The defense takes matters into their own hands. That ball was squirting around on the field, finally corralled by the defense, and they turn it into 6.
And it's so hard defensively. Do I jump on it and make sure I get it, or do I scoop it up and try to make the big play? He chose to scoop it up, and it pays off, makes the big play, gets the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hope.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Hilltopper. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
25. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Offense gets set for second down. Quick pass on the fly motion. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. more play to pad the stats. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And that is how we will wrap this one up. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty,